Hey, Mama.
So I was just telling them that my phone is on like 2%. Go figure, that's just how I roll. And I don't know if you saw, but one of my children shattered my laptop screen, and I haven't went and got it fixed. Nor have I purchased a new one. So we are rolling already. But I'm gonna go ahead and kick us off to give you as much time as possible and leave any time at the end for questions. Welcome to our second call of September, guys. I'm super pumped. I have my girlfriend, Whitney. Some of you guys may recognize her. Some of you may know her. But her and I work extremely closely together. We really started working as success partners towards, I'd say probably around October-ish of last year, pushing for elite, and we both fell short. But this year, I can speak for our team and her team. We've grown leaps and bounds, and it didn't break us, because at the end of the day, that's not what we're here for. We do work very hard for, to hit those accolades, because we want to show you guys and other leaders that join our team what's possible. And we've done it 2 times before. We're pushing for a 3rd year this year. Right now, Tenaciously Fierce, we have 90 elite points. So that means 15 points left, you guys. Like, we could do that this month. Just being honest. Like, we could do that this month. So we do need to work on rank stuff, which we are still working towards. But I'm hoping when we go to leadership, I'm going to be able to bring back lots of amazing things. Whitney will be there with me as well. So one of the things that I love to do is collaborate with other leaders, and it's been coming up quite often.
Where'd you go? Melissa, we lost you. I bet her phone died. Anyways, hey, I'm just going to take over. So Melissa and I are really similar in not only our personalities, but how we run our businesses, our teams, all of that. So she asked me to come on, and if you guys aren't muted, can you mute? Because I'm not a host, so I can't, and somebody's chatting. So anyways, we are, we run really similar, and that's why we started as success partners last year. This year's been a little crazy. There's been a lot going on. Things have changed. We're kind of in the rebuilding phase. So that's also really incredible that you guys are super close to elite in points. That's a really big deal. So I hope you understand. If you don't understand what that means, feel free to message me or talk to Melissa about that. But I know she's super clear in like team goals. So definitely understand what that means, because you can do it too. And that's why she shares, and that's why I share. And we share similar in our teams. We're very similar in that way. So what she wanted me to come on and talk to tonight about is placement rank, which is all income based. So there are really 2 ways to build your business. It is rank focused and placement. Hi, girl. So it is there's a rank focus and there's a placement focus. And rank is awesome. And I honestly, my personal take on it, I've been in the business 4.5 years. I don't want to give a huge background, but I give a tiny background on me, just because I think it helps to know. And I think I spoke on your guys' team call probably a year ago, but the big thing for me is like just knowing about what other leaders do, why they came into this. I think it's really helpful. So really quick, because I want to make sure I get all your questions answered. I was literally broken. I was rock bottom, if you will. I'd gone through foreclosure, bankruptcy, all through divorce. I was basically homeless. I had a little boy. Yeah, we need to mute, guys. I thank you Thank you. Oh, somebody else. We got somebody else. So, thank you. That helps a lot for people to hear. So I was needing just to be better. Basically just like surrendering everything to whoever above, like I was over life. But I had a little guy and I would do anything for him. Obviously still to this day, which is why I think it was something out there found this business for me. So I went to a going away party that was done for me because I decided I needed to leave the state I was in and move to California. This is after like a long custody battle. If any of you have gone through anything, it's not simple. So it was a lot, but we won't get into that. And I moved my son to California. I'd always wanted to live in Southern California. It was like just one of those dream places. I wanted to be close to Disneyland. I'm a Disney girl and I needed sun. So, and I knew that I would be able to, I just needed a new focus. I needed to be the best mama I could be. That literally, every other aspect of my life was a hot mess. I had no money. No, like my credit was shot through everything I had gone through, divorce-wise, bankruptcy, all that. And I ended up at my going away party. I met a girl who, it was one of my friends, but she walked out and she was like wearing a crop top, mom of two, like a two of littles. And her abs had abs. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? And she was like, T25, it's Beachbody. And I knew exactly what Beachbody was and Shanti was because I had bought hip hop abs. And I had bought something else, like Booty Ballet or something. But they were both still in the packages. I'd never opened them. And she was like, but I have a coach. And I was like, what's a coach? So she kind of told me about it. I looked this girl up on Facebook when I moved. And I immediately messaged her and was like, I need T25. I sold stuff on eBay. I bought T25. She didn't tell me about challenge packs. I had no idea about Shakeology. I joined her group. And I fell in love with their group. I showed up every day because those girls were showing up every day. And I needed to post and talk about it. So that's legit how I started. Then she invited me to another group. She never talked to me about the inviting, like, or coaching. Like, never invited me to coaching, never was like, I think you'd be a great coach. I was showing up every day. Whether or not I was doing my workout, I was posting my food. I had downloaded the app to do grids of my food. Like, I was into it because it was a safe place for me. I was going through a lot and it was the only thing that was like making me feel me. And I was showing up every day. And so finally I started stalking her page, stalking the people she was tagging in posts or was being tagged in, which was like her upline and all of that. And then I asked her about it. It was right after Christmas. I was like, what's this coaching thing about and how do I get to do it? She sent me a little phone call that was like a recording of Janelle Summers and like two other people, Mindy Wender, I think. And I signed up right away. I had sold a bunch of stuff. I told my husband I'd saved up. I was like, I want to do this because I wanted to run challenge groups. A, I wanted a discount. B, I wanted to run challenge groups. I didn't even know what MLM meant. I knew nothing about network marketing, diamond placement, income, nothing. So I always like to share that because I think it's really important to let your people know and your team know, like, it's okay. We learn as we go, and this is why we do this. Like, I am not affiliated with you guys in any way, team way, but I'm affiliated with you because we're Team Beachbody. So I think it's really, really, really important to get that across when you're talking to people. And I met Melissa because of a mastermind. Like, we have resources and everything we need in the community. And the community, guys, is the reason I fell in love with it. It's the reason I stayed in my challenge group. It's the reason I asked about coaching and signed up as a coach. So yes, Cynthia, I see you, girl. So it's super important to remember those things. And that's why I share my story, because we all come from different areas. Fast forward, I went all in. I saw the opportunity. I saw these girls with Tiffany necklaces in white dresses at Summit going on vacations. Like I was like, oh, I want to do that. I need that. I need those friends. I had like 0 followers on Facebook. I didn't have an Instagram. And because I had literally deleted everybody through my divorce and custody situation. And I just went for it. I was working full time. I had literally just moved. My little boy at the time was 4 across, 3 states. And we were like, I was like, I got to make this work. I got to do this because I saw the opportunity. I knew nothing. So when Melissa asked me to talk about placement, I kind of laughed and I told my husband about it because I was like, I'm the girl that literally probably still like, I'm still not an expert, but you learn as you go. And I got on every call. So whether or not you're on right now or you're watching the recording, dig into everything that's given to you. Melissa's incredible, you guys. She's goals. Like I love her and I love her heart, and she will literally put every resource she has to use and give you. Take advantage of that, because that's all I went off of was anything I can get my hands on. My coach is not active. She is not active. She is not around. I had no trainings. I got myself the diamond because she told me to, because she wanted to lead. At first I was like, I need to pay my cell phone bill and Shakeology. What do I do? And she was like, Success Club 10. That means you help 5 people. So I built a challenge group, pulled shit off Pinterest and ran a challenge group. Like I had no resources. And sometimes I feel like all these resources that you're given can be a total like enabler at times because you don't understand like having to go for it. So dig into that why and just go. See, lead customer, Lizzie, yes, that's my girl. So just that is really important to remember. Like you have everything at your fingertips. You literally just need to jump. So anyways, enough of that. Quit my job. She said, Elite 2x2, my team's on track. We're going to be elite this year. We're kind of in the same boat. We need to work on our diamonds. We actually need to work on our points. We're behind your guys' points, which is fucking baller. So yeah. Oh, excuse my language if there's any kiddos. But it's just words. So we are going to jump to graphical genealogy. Thanks, Jennifer. You're good. So this is my first business center. Obviously right now I'm 2-star diamond, so we got some work to do. I'm a Lifestar 5, but lots of canceled. So don't even worry about that. That's the top of the downline they're missing out. They're bad. So what I want to show you guys is kind of how to build, and I'm not going to talk about this for very long because I actually want to make sure I hit on all the specific questions that need to be answered, because I did get a couple messages from a couple of you girls, and I want to make sure because it's very specific, but I want to show you how I built. So Mackenzie is one of my lifetime diamonds, and you guys, she's set. She signed up like 3 days after I did. And then I signed up another girl that's not even on here anymore. And then Crystal signed up after her. And Crystal was my second diamond. So they made me 2-star. And then Crystal is now gone. And Crystal had a pretty big downline. So that's kind of what you're seeing here. But what we're going to do is what I want to show. And I want to make sure really fast for any newbies or like people that need to go over this again. Make sure you're using the graphical genealogy when you place and when you build. And you can use this search bar to go to exactly where you want to place. So what I've been doing lately, because my husband and my second business center, hi, there I am again. Like same picture, but different angle. That's funny. Are under what was once my weak leg. Right now, my legs are pretty even. There's a thing, which I didn't know about, which makes total sense to me now, called a master flush. So once you hit 5,000 cycles, your strong leg completely basically restarts. So I did that because I was on a super strong leg of somebody that didn't build. So she had major attraction marketing. She immediately hit 5-star like her first year. She still has 4 girls that are like 5-star lifetime elite. 2 of them have been in the Millionaires Club. Like, we run our businesses. So that's another thing. Like, don't ever worry about uplines and all that. Not that Melissa's going nowhere. But if you're a coach or anything like that, like, it doesn't matter. If you're on it, like, if people always talk about dead leg or anything like that, like, you can do this if you want to do it. So that's just a little bit of a love truth bomb there. So you can look up whoever you need to look up. So if you sign a spouse or a mom or a cousin or a child, if they're a teen or anybody like that, which I encourage you to do. If you're on this call tonight and you're not at Emeralds, please get to Emerald. It's a decision. I have an awesome Emerald and Instant call. I'm happy to send it to Melissa. It's from our girl, Sarah Gobb. Like, it literally, I don't run Emerald trainings anymore because it's a decision in my book. And it's and I will go over your guys' questions. If there's, put any questions right now, if you can't remember it later, in the chat, and I'll definitely make sure I go through those. But get to Emerald, because Emerald is, you're not going to want to know or even want to understand placement until you're there. And if you're building a spouse, get them to Emerald. Get yourself to Success Club first, please, and then get them to Emerald. So you can look up whoever you need to look up. So what I'm doing right now is building under my second business center, but I'm building, and if you're brand new or you're new and this is going over your head, don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure Melissa's recording. If she's not, I'm always happy to do it again, or we can get you resources. And I'm always happy to hop on with a bunch of people too and just go over it and help place and all that. In fact, she had 2 girls reach out to me last night. They were like, can you help me place? And I was like, I'm going to be on tomorrow. We have 5 days to switch placement. Like, let's just hash it out then. So you can, that's a good thing to note too. Like, you do want to have your placement set, and you always want to use graphical genealogy, but you have 5 days to change placement. So if you're worried, or like Melissa or your coach or somebody isn't around to help you, and do not make that coach wait that's signing up, first of all. Like, big red letters on that one. Just, they're ready, get them signed up, get them going, send them your new coach welcome email. Like, don't even worry about it. We got you. Like, 5 days. But definitely, like, this is your base for getting that shit straight. So you can enter whoever you want here, and you can look by their name. So what I'm going to show you right now is my mama, because she was one of my first. I signed up the day that somebody went inactive on my left leg, and I was in qualification for 1-star, and I was going for Premier back in 2014. There's my mama. She, I called her like at 5 a.m. and I was like, oh my God, I need you to sign up as a coach, because I thought you had to balance after diamond. So you have to have 4 on each leg. I thought you still had to have 5 on each leg, and I would have been totally fine. But I didn't know, like you guys, I didn't know. Once you're diamond, you don't need to balance. Although I encourage balancing, because I balanced my week. I built my week like crazy because I didn't understand the master flush, and I definitely wish I would have known that. So now I'm working on that. So my mama is on my left leg, which was considered my strong. And what I'm doing now is I am building her weak leg. So her only, and you have to literally like hold down on and scroll over, by the way, to see all this. So it's still on my strong leg, but it's on her weak leg. So at the time that I'm rebuilding my strong leg to make that back to my strong leg, I'm building her weak leg. And you guys, my mom is an emerald right now. She's one of my lifetime diamonds. Because the first year we went for a lead, I needed her. And I'm going to get her back to diamond, actually. But because she needs to be, because she's capping out, you guys, at emerald. My mom has never worked a day in her life on this business. But my dad and my sister, she pays for their Shakeology and her own. and they swear by everything that Beachbody makes, and they buy bars and all that. And I am making her $250 a week. So if you have a spouse or mom, like, do it. And I'm building my husband right now too, and I'll show you. So, and this is my dad, and he's inactive at the moment, but he'll be active. I just keep him going. Right now she literally, like this Thursday I just saw, she's gonna get $250. So she's capping out at Emerald. And this is what I'm doing. So I am placing, keep going here. Sorry, Tuesday's on the inside. That's not good. So I put this girl who is Emerald. She's almost Diamond, but in August, she had 24 Success Club points. Or no, 20. She was the one that had 30. I had 2 that did really well. She had 30 Success Club points. She sponsored 6 coaches. 2 of them were almost Emerald. And so what I did is I put her on my mom's inside leg, which is her weak leg. So it's my inside. It looks like an inside leg, but I knew I was going to continue to build her. So if you're going to continue to build somebody, put somebody there, especially somebody that's like raring to go, which Samantha was. So I'm helping her build her strong leg, but she's literally like inside my mama. And that is helping my mom because my mom already has all this carryover volume on her strong leg. So I'm building her weak leg, but at the time it's still building my left leg. And that could be totally crazy for people to understand, but hopefully the visuals are making a little bit of sense. So that is helping my mom cap at Emerald. So that's basically one of my business centers. Because honestly, if my mom gets a diamond and she starts capping at 1,000, she better kick me down some. But I'm also building my husband. So he is literally only right now at Emerald, but I added somebody else under him that's working the business. And now he's making close to 100 a week. And I'm doing the same thing. So I'm just literally building the inside leg, adding people. So you need to make sure if you put somebody on an inside leg like that, like I want to reiterate this, please make sure you're going to continue to add to that. And if they tell you, we know this is a guessing game because they say, oh yeah, I'm all in, or they say I'm not, and you add them. And then they're like, oh, well, I have all these friends that are seeing me lose all this weight. Because our products work. So that if you're just please make sure you're continuing to build them because you don't want to just leave them hanging on an inside leg. That's not fair. It's not doable. It's just not fair. So I am going to stop the sharing and I can show more. I can show David all that, but I really want to dig into any questions and go from there. Lead customer, Lizzie, that's amazing. Inner leg versus outer leg. Yeah, it totally matters. It completely matters because you want to make sure, Jennifer, I'm down. We'll meet. You want to make sure that they have volume that you're giving them. Like when Melissa signed you up, she placed you so you would have trickle down. Because I hope you guys all understand, like your strong leg, for that leg, you need 200 personal volume. And for your weak leg, you need 100 volume. So it's basically double on this leg to make one cycle bonus. As an Emerald, that's $14 a cycle. As a Ruby, that's $16. As a Diamond, that's $18. You guys, that adds up. That's all our income. And I actually have a really good Zoom I was on the other night, and I'll send it to Melissa, that goes more into depth about that.
Let me just, real quick.
Go for it.
My phone keeps going in and out, but let me just paint a picture for you. So, one of the girls that was in my organization when I first joined was placed on an inside leg, not intentionally. And so what I'm trying to explain to the girls who fell on that leg, even though that person left, it does matter because they aren't getting volume, but that doesn't prevent you from building a big business. Becky Brosette, who is our upline, was on the inside leg of Jason Diebold's dad, who never did anything. So let's just clear that really quick, guys. Let's be very clear. If you are on an inside leg, number one, it wasn't intentional. Number two, it doesn't mean shit. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that story tell you a lie or trick you into thinking that you can't build a 6-figure business. Okay? Just know moving forward, what you're building, you want to be intentional about not putting people on your inside leg. So, sorry, had to clear that up.
No, that's really good to hear. I didn't even realize that she was there. So, I actually build my team, like my team page, I put into a girl named Jillian Kaplan, and she was put on an inside leg. And this girl, like,
yeah, I know,
full time, yeah. And she has a 6-figure business that is literally on a dead inside leg, and her coach has never worked the business but keeps her diamond, because duh. And then she never has added anybody there. And like multiple people have asked her, like, help Jillian, give her a bone. But she like put her husband and her husband's business center, he's 1 star. She has to be 2 star because he's literally almost capping at 1 star, and his business center makes more money than her business center. So it's like, I mean, she literally gets, she's amazing at income too. And she's taught me a lot of this. Jason has taught me a lot too. So, I think it's just, learn as you go, understand what you can, take it from there. But, so yes, you do not.
Wait, are you guys in Jason's organization?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I was like, well, yeah.
I hop on a lot of Zooms that he does because he's super understanding in it. And
yeah, he's super
smart. $5 million in the business. So I'm like, all right, like learn from that. And that's again why I opened with letting you guys know, like, rank versus income. I mean, if you guys go to Summit, you've seen, oh God, we have I hate that little time clock. Yeah. But if you guys have been at Summit or seen any of the Summit stuff, like the elite, there's like maybe 2 to 3 guys. The Millionaires Club is like all men. So you just kind of have to pick what your thing is. Like, obviously, we all want income from this, but at the same time, you have to be conscious of rank and the balancing, and that's why I share that, like the whole weak leg and strong leg, and the capping out, because you want to make sure like you're balancing. You have to like get your booties to 2 star, go to diamond, go to 2 star, because that is where the real money happens, and that is where you can build another business center and basically clone yourself. And then that's why I built my mama and spouses. And like, I know Melissa does the same thing. So I think it's really important. Okay. So yeah. So it matters. It totally matters. Right now, if you're not diamond, please just go on your outside leg I was told, go as far this way, far outside, and as far down as you can go. And that's what I did. And I did that forever until I realized, yeah, you're safe. Until I realized, so yeah, put your husband there. And then once you get to diamond or you're close, if you need an emerald, build that husband an emerald. Because the minute you get to diamond, I want you to start putting coaches on his inside leg to build his business too. Because you're just doubling incomes that way. You're not only building your business center, you'll get 2 paychecks. Who doesn't want 2 paychecks? Like, you'll get yours, and then you'll also be making money off of his. And once you guys, if you've already signed your spouse, once you get to Success Club, and if your goal is Success Club 10 and you're like on the legend path, keep going for that. That's great because you get those Shakeology leads. But if once you get to Success Club, put all customers, not necessarily coaches, depending on how you're building right now, under that spouse, because you will make not only commission still, you'll make a cycle bonus. So like challenge packs, instead of making what we make like $50 off the bod pack, you'll at an emerald, you'll be making 64. Like, who doesn't want 64 over 50? Like, keep it really simple. So once you get to whatever your Success Club goal is, which is really hard for me because there's always like some I'm a recognition girl. I never thought I was, but I'm also an income girl. Like, it saves my family. Let's be honest. My kid's an actor.
We're pretty, We like stuff too.
We like stuff. I'm like,
we like all the things.
I like the things. I like the picture. Like, I like it. I mean, hi. I wasn't elite last year. It's my soul. I'm not gonna lie. But
our team is doing a challenge, and it's a gold lanyard for like the top winners. I'm like, I have to have the gold lanyard. I need the gold lanyard for Summit.
I know, I'm such a shit. I like really wanted all the medals, and I was like, oh my god, just like focus. You're building David. Like focus. So I'm a total squirrel when it comes to shiny, and I realized that I never wanted to be because you guys, I was almost homeless. Like, really, I should focus on income, and I still need to. Like, it's my livelihood. I quit my job, but I can't even speak for that. I'm gonna be Emerald list. I cannot go to another summit or leadership or all the things and not be an elite team. Like, I just realized that. And that's your vibe attracts your tribe. So that's what I've attracted. And they're like, no, we need that because they want that. Okay. I'm going to open this and I can see you guys unmute or like raise your hand or whatever. Melissa, no, I want to answer questions because I've gotten some messages from you guys about placement and income. And I want to know if that made sense because it is really tricky. Oh, your other question. So if I sign my husband and then place a coach below him, but for PS, so what you need to do if you want that coach as your PS, no, it won't count for his rank it won't count for his rank. It'll only count income-wise and volume. But you can literally, so what I've been doing, because I'm not ready to build David to Diamond until like I'm where I'm at as far as elite points, but it's building his volume. Like my husband literally went from making maybe $14 a paycheck to within like 2 months, he's making $100 paycheck. You guys, that's $400 extra a month that we didn't have. Literally by doing the same actions I was doing and just making sure I was placing them in the right spot. So I'm like double cycling. So I'm getting cycles under his business center and then under my second business center and then under my first business center. So no, it won't count for you for your rank, but it'll count for you for PS. So if you do want to like rank him or you need him at Emerald or you want to build him to 1 star, because after Diamond, go straight for 2 star. So build that spouse to 1 star. Like get yourself to Success Club and then put everybody under him. And then
and if you're building for rank and income, you have to go and get your spouse to 1 star. Like you have to, or you're to Diamond.
Right.
So that way you have another person in your organization that you're working with, get them to Diamond on the opposite leg so you can open your second business center and then build that.
Yeah.
Because guys, that's where you're going to see it in change. That's where you're going to see your paychecks triple.
The minute you get your booty,
you're going to start getting those.
No, make sure they're Emerald. Yeah. The minute you get your booty to Diamond, get your ass to Success Club for that month, and then get them to Emerald and then start putting all those people under them because that will still help you to Success Club. But then that's when your 2 incomes start happening. And Jillian's been doing that the entire time. And she makes as much as me. And I was put on a pretty baller leg at the time.
To give you guys perspective, so I want to just give perspective. So I'm on Becky's weak leg. So it's Mindy's strong leg. Okay, or I'm sorry, it's Becky's strong leg, Mindy's strong leg, but it's on a first business center where number 1, Becky doesn't build anymore, so there's not coaches being placed for her. Mindy doesn't add anyone to that organization, so I still have a ton of volume on this leg. My priority is building my weak leg because if not, I won't cycle, right? So there's like this really, 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 really strong leg that I'm actually not benefiting from because it's so strong, if that makes sense. So almost to get yourself even legs, that is amazing because you're going to cycle. I like Whit, I flush out. And that's like, if it was to be calculated into dollars in my pocket, that would be like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
So just when you're thinking about how you're building, be very strategic, guys, because you want to build your weak leg or even yourself out a weak or strong leg.
Yeah. No, and Sarah, I just tried to answer that. So sorry if that wasn't clear, but she asked, to build your spouse, does your spouse have to have PS coaches, or do your PS count as coach? No. So I like to use this because it's simple. So if you guys use ShareCart, which is simple as all heck, if you're signed in and logged in as you, those coaches are going to go under you, but you can place them under your spouse. So they're still your coaches because you're logged in as you. I think that makes it more simple. At least it does to me. I'm so visual. So that, in fact, I'm just going to go show you that real fast. Oh God. Oh, we have less than a minute. Never mind. I can't. So I'm going to get cut off, but if you want them technically under your spouse, sign into their account, act like you're them. Like that is a totally different business center. So I hope that helped, Sarah. But you can
that makes